That's right, I do know how to run a shovel.
And this one's just turned up with some rather unusual loading.
Now I reckon a decent driver could have got a bit more in that bucket. Oh well. Right, good morning.
Look at all that straw.
We have 3 more lorry loads of straw coming in today, but that is not why I'm down here. I've come to nick the 0161, Manny on the map.
Sorry love. No.
Right, I'm in the Manitou. I'm on with calf house preparation. Hopefully in the next week or so we will have the first calves here on the farm that we are buying, and you would have seen we've been doing lots of stuff to the shed to get ready in terms of water troughs, and got the new milk cart arrived, all the milk powders here, horse carpet here. I just want to muck out some pens and put some dung in so I can lime them so they are nice and clean for when calves arrive. Right, so we're down in the shed. This is the bit I want to clean out because this has all been used by sheep, so I want to get rid of that. There's some stuff over here that hasn't been used, so that's fine in there. I might just pull that out because I think that's had some lambs in overnight before they went off to market. But that's just the rest of the bale that was used to bed up that, so we'll just scat that about. And then we'll be getting there. This all just needs tidying up with all the little water fittings and things picking up. Perhaps run a brush over it. We've got our troughs, so these are pretty cool. Online you can buy cattle feed troughs. They look a lot like this. It's just like twin wall drain pipe with feet on the end. Now the cheapest ones I could find were 3 meters long, and they were 75 quid plus the VAT each. So we've managed to buy 6 meters of twin wall pipe, which is a foot wide, I think. Yeah, 300 wide. So 6 meters of twin wall pipe, 300 wide, for just over 60 quid a length. We then cut that in half to make 2 troughs, and if you cut those in half again to make them comparable to the ones I found online, which were 3 meters long, we'd be in somewhere around 15 quid a trough, which is obviously very cheap. So these are going to go in the pens with the cattle and tip the cake in every morning. Myself and Craig screwed some little feet on them just to chock a wood to stop them being able to tip them over. And then what I'll do is once I've fed them and they've eaten their cake, I'll just flip them onto their ends so they can't make them mucky. But yes, very, very cheap way of making a very durable, very easy to clean feed trough. I know we didn't think of it, it's been done plenty of times by other people. We're just stealing the inspiration, making life easy. Yeah, we've got the feed troughs, we've got the feed. We will get more feed, that's just the first bit we've got. We've got the milk powder, we've got the milk cart, we've got the pens, they need bedding up. I might do that later on if I get a chance. And yeah, just this bit to clean out. And jobs are good un. Somewhere I have a pocket knife. Flipping sheep, you've got a cable tie hurdles to everything to stop them getting out. Now I reckon a decent driver could have got a bit more in that bucket. Oh well. Still got all this dung to shift as well somewhere. Just a long list of jobs piling up that we need to get onto. Right, we've had the shovel out. That's right, I do know how to run a shovel. Just shoveled away from this back corner against this door. I can pull this back. I'll shovel this bit out here in a minute. And then what I'm going to do is these gates actually open. So I will open them up. I'll bring the hand around here, swing that gate round and push all this up this way. Do the same for that one. And then I can just bulldoze it up against that corner, push it up against the wall. Right, we just stopped doing the shed to move a few cattle. And it would appear I've got the world's most incompetent cows. The entire herd come out the gate. And these two decided to go in the handling system. You couldn't get them in there if you wanted to. And they've gone in there on their own accord, and now they're separated from the rest of them. And they don't know where their mates are. Flipping useless. That one's got some form of oh look, coming back through the handling system. Come on then. Flipping idiot. I thought sheep were bad. Crikey. Right, they've all caught up to each other now. John's on ahead in the truck. I don't know if you can see him up there. He's just going to guide them in the field they've got to go into. They weren't completely out of grass in the field they were in, but they won't last the weekend. It's easier to move them with 2 people than it is 1. So we move them now, they can eat what's in the field they're going to, and then they can always go back where they've come from in a week, 10 days time if they need to. Plenty of room. Get back over that bit of wood. Just taking off the diet feeder here off the 130. I'm going to put on the straw chopper, which is next door over there. Got the few cows that are indoors, just want to bed them up a minute before the weekend, so I can back that over the bit of wood without hitting the wall. Just realised there's not actually any straw in this machine, but I'll put it on because I put half a bale in, and that'll bed the 6 cattle that are inside a couple of times. Right, it's all happening now. I had to go and find the control box for the straw chopper. That wasn't in the tractor. Arctic's just turned up with straw. That's the second load we've had today. There's another one not far behind it.
Now I have no idea where the knots are on these, so we'll find out.
Right, I can say I approve of Tom's class baler. Only 1 lot of knots. And they were in the right place, thankfully. It's the cows. I'm just going to bed them up through this end bit. Save driving in there with them. So we're on that in 2, I was about to say 240, wasn't it? In 540. I've not used this for a while, but they say it's like riding a bike. You'll put the spool in gear, put it the right way, turn it on. Yep, contact. And then bed's in high. I can change that somehow. Low, medium. Press that one to engage it, I think. That should be feeding, and then we'll just throw this round whichever way we want it. With a bit more juice, it will throw it a bit further. Turn that off now, so I'll just let it clear itself. Like that. Shut it down. Let's go see what's happening down here. Right, there's one empty trailer. That is the man himself coming, that one, Mr. Pidsley. And then Craig's down there unloading one now that you saw, the Arctic. And this one's just turned up with some rather unusual loading. So we'll leave that to either Craig or John, because that is going to be good fun to unload. They've done it like that because they get more bales on the trailer, which is, it's fair enough, it's handy for us, isn't it? But it's not good fun to unload like that. Here they are, look, Michael Pidsley and son, all your straw and hay. Back in the shed again. Gus is just in there playing in the straw. Now, one thing I was going to show you as well, John's been in here working his magic with these, I don't know what you call them. They block off this gap when you don't want sheep to be able to feed. So these fronts were designed for sheep and cattle. So these used to sit on here and either swing down and block it if you had cattle so they can feed over the top, or they fold up out the way so that sheep can get their heads out to feed through that gap. Now what we're sort of hoping is, stop dead, go mad in the straw. What we're hoping is that, certainly to begin with, the calves will be small enough that their heads will fit out this gap and we can feed them like hay along the front here. Keeps it out of their pen then, so their pen is just for cake and for straw. The other reason we're putting this up here is it stops them jumping out, because they're really good at that, calves. Last year we put some scaffold bars along. John's put these on, just tech screw them on so they can come off easy enough if we want them to. Got a tiny bit to tidy up in that pen there, but Craig got the handler because the straw came. So what I might do is clear up all the little odds and ends. I'll get the little mini Merlot in and shift some gates and get all the pens ready how I want them. And I can roll out some round bales of straw and it will just all be ready so that when the call comes to say the calves are ready, it's just unload them straight in. I'll then go and get the teat feeders that we got. So we've got 3 teat feeders, and we'll sort of just we'll put them down here for the time being, and then we'll see how far said milk cart will reach into the pen to see if we need a longer pipe from the cart to the gun. See how far into the pen I can get. I've got the little e-worker here. It's been pretty good. I've been using this quite a lot the last few days, and it's not dropped a single bar of battery. Now granted, we've not been like loading a feeder wagon or mucking out or anything like too strenuous with it, but it's been turned on quite a lot at that time and been drashing around delivering bales places and things. Anyway, I'm going to unhang these gates, chuck them on it, and take them somewhere away.
And there's the first two. So this will now be a pen. So I notice it's a bit wrong really having the two drinkers in one pen, but it's just the way it's working. And then that gate will shut with that one, and that'll be a massive pen for 20 calves. I mean, you could put 20 calves in that pen on its own, but we're going to give them loads and loads of space. And then what I will do is I'll take away this gate, because that was hanging on there, and I'll also take away this one. What will happen is once they're bigger, we might split them down into smaller groups and put them back in individual pens, or you know, like smaller pens again. We've done all this work with the troughs to make sure that the gates can go back, which is good. They're all done.
Just look at how good this thing is for getting in the space. So I've flipped that on there myself. But look, I've got a baler here, a row of bales there. This thing is so small, it just get in. And it's got 5 meters of reach, which is plenty to get back there. Oh, I don't know how long this thing's here for, but hopefully they've sort of forgotten it's here. And we'll just keep it.
Rolled a couple of bales out, just need to get the netting out of this end one.
And what I will do is I'll come down with a dung fork and just spread it around a bit. But anyone who has a dung fork will know they seem to have legs and just run off. You can never find them when you want them. So I need to locate one first, and then we'll sort out the rest as and when we know calves are coming. Oh, that's good. Been a good day. Quite happy with the progress we've made today. And next week it's going to be silly busy. We've got grass seeds to put in, we've got ground to spray off ready for barley to go in, we've got ground to plough, we've got cattle to weigh, we've got dung to spread, we've got dung to move. Don't really know where we start with all that. I'm going to head off now. I'm going to pull this net out. I'm going to head off over to our shed because they've been putting some of the panels up the last couple of days. And you can see a bit of the shed update. Better put this monster away for the night as well. The last time I was over at the shed site here, there was no concrete panels or anything up, just the footings have been poured. Well, now we've got steels up and we've got them full of panels though, all the way along the back there. So that's going to be, I think, as like a retaining wall. And then where these other footings here and these holes are, along there, there'll be steels, and that'll actually be the back of the shed. And then there'll be a race in between this row of panels here and this row of panels that'll be the back of the shed here, that we can run the balls down to the handling at the end there.
Imagine that's going to be the back of the shed. And this will all be bedded area up until here. There'll be another load of gates and stuff, and then this will all be scrape passage, and this will be the front of the shed, and then it'll be concreted out the front here that they can feed off.
Now you can tell we're in Devon because it is September, though it's actually been quite a nice day, but there's still water everywhere. We're on such heavy ground.
It's all stuck to my feet, look.
Anyone who's built a shed will know that
once you get started, all the groundworks take a while, but then the shed just flies up nearly overnight. So that was all done yesterday. Last thing the night before was when I come and done the last little shed update. So that was just all turned up, went up in about 8 hours. The guys know what they're doing, they're working fast, and I'm sure by the end of next week, it will look completely different again. But we'll keep you updated. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It is completely free, doesn't cost you anything, helps me out loads. Links in the description to all my other socials and also for merch, such as the hat I'm wearing on my head right now. We'll see you guys in another video very soon. Cheerio.